Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video on what is going on in the tropics. So this is my second update for today, and this video will be on potential tropical cyclone 15. So what was previously known as Invest 95L is now designated as potential tropical cyclone 15, and there is a tropical storm watch that is in effect for Jamaica and Grand Cayman. And so I'll be taking you guys through all the necessary details with this system. And before I do so, please do subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. And you can also share this video with persons that you know live in areas that might be under a watch right now, so that they stay updated on what is going on out there. And to show your support for the channel, you can leave a like on this video. Okay, and so let us go ahead and talk about what is going on across the Eastern Caribbean and portions of the Atlantic first. So before we delve into potential tropical cyclone 15, let's take a look at this. So there's a tropical wave that is located within this general region here, and so we are seeing all of this activity, all this shower and thunderstorm activity that is affecting some areas, including Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana as well. And this is going to be drifting towards the west, of course, and is likely to enhance the weather across all these areas, including portions of maybe Trinidad and Tobago and possibly the Windward Islands as well. So that is what is going on right now out there. So if you're in any of these regions and you're experiencing a lot of inclement weather, this is the reason we're having a lot of activity right now within this area. And so looking back at infrared view of the Caribbean, here we are seeing that we have potential tropical cyclone 15 right within that region, and all of that moisture across the Eastern Caribbean is in association with it. So it's actually affecting areas as far as the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico right now, and so there is likely to be some additional rainfall for these areas, but nothing very significant is expected as we're going to be heading into the next couple of days. But the main system here is south of Hispaniola, affecting the region, some areas of the Dominican Republic and Haiti with some inclement weather right now. But as I said earlier, Jamaica is under that tropical storm watch, and so let us go ahead and take a closer look at this. And here we have that infrared satellite imagery, and we are seeing here that the system is not producing a whole lot of showers and thunderstorms right now. However, it is expected to gradually become better, have a better satellite presentation, and also intensify over the next couple of days. And so if you're in Jamaica, you might be thinking, oh, this system not come because look how much time this system come and then take U-turn. Well, not the case for this one here. Though the center is not going to be passing directly over Jamaica, the cyclone is going to be close enough to bring those tropical storm conditions to the region. And so let's go ahead and now take a look at the National Hurricane Center's cone forecast for it. And so by tonight, this should become Lisa, and it is going to be making its way to the west-northwest continuously for the next couple of days. And so it is currently moving in that direction at 10 miles per hour, and maximum sustained winds are 40 miles per hour. So it is very close to being a tropical storm because it has those sustained winds. However, it lacks sufficient convection to be classified as one. But again, Jamaica is under a tropical storm watch as well as Grand Cayman, and so let's go ahead and talk about those. So that tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within that watch area within the next 48 hours or so, and tropical storm conditions are possible for Jamaica beginning late Monday and possible on Grand Cayman on Tuesday. And so in terms of the rainfall through to Wednesday afternoon, the system is expected to produce rainfall amounts of 1 inch with local maximum amounts of 2 inches across sections of the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, the Cayman Islands, northern Honduras, eastern Nicaragua, and Belize. But in terms of Jamaica now, so rainfall amounts of 2 inches with local amounts of 4 inches are expected, and this can lead to flash flooding. So all of the areas that are prone to flooding are likely to be inundated as a result of the expected heavy rainfall. So if you're in any flood-prone regions, guys, it's best to evacuate to a nearby shelter or another safe location, because I mean, when it comes onto any tropical cyclone affecting anywhere, the concern is always with the water, be it from the storm surge or the very heavy rainfall that is expected expected. So that is the main cause of fatalities. And so please take all the necessary precautions and stay safe. Now is not the time to be underestimating this system. Regardless of whether the entire island feels those tropical storm force winds or experience those flooding rains, it is better to be safe than sorry. And so we're seeing here for this cone forecast that by Wednesday, the system is expected to intensify into a hurricane and it will be on approach to Belize. But note that we can have shifts in the track between now and then. So we definitely have to be watching this keenly. But other areas such as Honduras, Guatemala, and the Yucatan should definitely be keeping eyes on this, as it could really bring along with it some very significant impacts. And so though it is expected to peak as a Category 1 hurricane, there have been many times where tropical cyclones peak at a much stronger intensity than initially expected. I'm not saying that that will be the actual outcome with this system, but there is that possibility, especially with a conducive environment being up ahead for it to really get that fuel to intensify into such a significant cyclone. But for now, the very imminent threat is for Jamaica, and persons there should definitely be taking the necessary precautions. And I'm definitely in a safe location, guys, so I'll be okay. But I'm not sure if the winds might be strong enough to knock out the power. That is a possibility. But if I'm not posting updated videos, I will try my best to post in the community section to provide updates in that case. But let's see what happens over the next couple of days. And so now let's go ahead and talk about current conditions as well as the long term for this system. And so we're looking at the sea surface temperature map, and we're seeing that sea surface temperatures are definitely conducive, 29 to 30 degrees Celsius, and tropical cyclones need at least 26.5 degrees. So we definitely are over that number with this with these sea surface temperatures here across the Caribbean, so that is definitely going to be fueling the system. And then in terms of the wind shear, so the unfavorable shear is indicated by the reds, the yellow means neutral, and the green means favorable. And we're seeing that there is some favorable shear across the Caribbean, so things up ahead look quite favorable for potential tropical cyclone 15 to really get itself together and become a much more intense cyclone than it is now. And however, that location that is expected to experience landfall, which is Belize, that can change, but models have been trending towards the area experiencing landfall. So as we look at these various models here, in terms of the long term, we're seeing here that for GFS, the model is expecting that it is going to be intensifying quite a bit as it makes its way to Belize. And when we see those black lines, those circular black lines called isobars being so close, that is indicating a steep gradient and an intense tropical cyclone. And so as for Euro isn't showing anything near as strong as the GFS, but still expecting some intensification as the system is going to be making its way to Belize. And it is a similar story for the Icon model. So all three of these models here are expecting that this is going to be intensifying into a hurricane and making landfall in Belize. So from Belize, it is time now to start preparing. It is time to keep your eyes out there, watch keenly, because this could become something very significant. And it is definitely not uncommon for November hurricanes to be there, because I mean, we're still in the hurricane season, but that seems like what is going to be happening as we progress into the first week of the new month. And so guys, I'll be keeping you updated on what is happening, so join me tomorrow morning for yet another update on what is likely to be Tropical Storm Lisa at the time. So I'll keep you guys updated, but for now, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. I'll try to respond as best and as soon as I can. And of course, remember to always be weatherwise.